For the morning, you know the vibes. Rocking out with yours truly, Showtime Sizzle. I am the source. You know, today is the start of a new month, the eighth month of the calendar year. See how fast the year is flowing through. Hopefully, some of you guys are getting stuff accomplished and done because time waits for no man. And I say that to say this as we enter into the eighth month of the year, right? You still got 4 months left to try to achieve some things that you set out to do January 1st. Um, See what I entitled this excuses, you know, because that's all we see right now on this YTC, right? And I'm gonna unpack a lot of that. But I just find that, like, to be honest, it's rather pathetic now. Um, it's like, yo, a lot of stuff that's coming out now about Earl Spence, right? It's been out, man. But don't try to, pump it out now since we seen him get wiped down and washed, right? Because when he beat Ugas, right? He beat Danny Garcia. He was the bionic man. He was indestructible, right? But the moment he stepped in there with Terrence Crawford, and Terrence Crawford pretty much beat the brakes off of him. Now all of this stuff wants to come out about the accident. This was evident after when the accident happened, man. But what they was trying to do, right? And I say this respectfully, he still has a movie, do a movie on his life, but you got to do everything on his life, right? They was trying to draft up a fairy tale Hollywood type ending movie, right? With him capturing all the belts after, going through the ordeal that he went through with the car accident and all that. Terrence Crawford wasn't part of that movie, man. Terrence Crawford was not part of that movie script. That's why they were trying so hard to get the belt away from him so that Earl wouldn't have to fight him. Because they realized if Earl had to fight him, it wasn't going to be the made up ending that they was trying to produce. And we seen that play out Saturday night, right? Because I'm gonna keep it tall. Other content creators have spoke on this and reported on this, but I just think that um, Danny Garcia and Dennis Ugas took the deal because we seen Ugas in the beginning of that fight um, come out and he was doing his thing, but then he stopped fighting. We seen Danny Garcia just go in there. Well, Danny Garcia has never beat any of the top welterweights. But we seen Danny Garcia go in there and just move around, really not be, the goods. And all these fights took place in Texas, Dallas, Texas, right? But then when it came time for him to fight Bud Crawford, and we finally got the fight, they knew that it wasn't going to play out that way. Even Earl himself knew it. He tried to make a last plea effort at the weigh-in after talking crazy and disrespectful. Remember what he did at the weigh-in last Friday after they weighed in? He tried to, thank me for making this fight, yada, yada. And the last-ditch effort was he tried to tell Terrence Crawford, and we're going to make bank, you know? and we're gonna make bank. He wanted to emphasize the fact about the money because that's what the other guys, yes, the money. Ugas, Danny Garcia, they the money. So by them getting the money, they went along with the script. But Terrence Crawford was not going along with the script. That's why you see what we seen a massacre. We witnessed a massacre, man. We was privileged to a onslaught, a beating because that's what happened. Earl Spence got a humbling beating Saturday night, and us, the fans, the supporters, we got to witness that. Not only did we witness it, we some of us knew what was coming. Some of us knew that this was going to be the outcome. And what did we do? We rejoiced. We we were happy because we called this. We called this a long, long time ago, right? We seen this going to play out because when we watched the other fights, the Danny Garcia and the Dennis Ugas, we knew, like, okay, these guys ain't really fighting him. These guys aren't really fighting him, right? Respectfully. But we knew when he got in there with the Omaha Monster that he was going to have to be everything that he has proclaimed to be, all of the wolf tickets he was selling. And we knew that with Terrence Crawford being who he is, being what he has accomplished in the game, that the jig was up. And that's what we seen take place. So now that the jig is up, all of these reports want to surface. All of this, oh, he's not right. He's not this. Well, he never was. He never was, man. Let's call a spade a spade. When was he ever right? And he's been telling us this. When was he ever right? But see, so many of y'all push narratives and y'all wanted to be a part of the movie, the Earl Spence movie script, right? Well, now you guys all are part of it. You are part of it. And play your role in it now. Play your role in it. You guys wanted to, like you did yesterday, when he retweeted or put something out on the storyline, you guys always want to report on stuff that is meaningless. Real talk. And then you get upset when actual people that do report on stuff that is meaningful. Oh, that has nothing to do with boxing. That's his personal life. It has everything to do with boxing. It has everything to do with boxing. Because what fighters do outside of the ring to their body, which is their weapon in the ring, is meaningful. But you guys will do content and stories on something that he tweets, something that he posts, but get mad at the content creators that do the same on meaningful stuff when he's out in the club drinking, or they're seeing him drive up the wrong side of the road, leaving the club, or when there's allegations of him being involved with other stuff outside of the sport of boxing. See, if you're going to report on people and you're going to do stories or blogs, you got to be all in. You can't pick and choose what you want to blog on. And then when other bloggers blog on things that you deem personal, no, it's not personal. It's just that you guys aren't the business. You guys want to pick and choose what you want to report on or highlights, whereas others highlight everything. We don't leave no stone unturned. But hey, what do I know? But yeah, we gotta stop with the excuses though, man. Because now I'm seeing, well, shout out to Stephen Smith. Stephen A. Smith said he should retire. Um, Maybe he should. And I don't want to see the rematch. And I'm gonna put it on out there right now. If they do have a rematch, I'm not co-signing off on a rematch because the first fight was too one-sided. Did Arturo Gotti get a rematch against Floyd Mayweather? You know, you're talking about a rematch of a fight that wasn't even close. It wasn't even competitive. And shout out to all y'all that supporting that Sean Porter video I did, breaking down the Sean Porter. Like this guy talked about Sean Porter having 1 foot in and 1 foot out. But Sean Porter, Terrence Crawford fight was way more competitive. Way more competitive. You, on the other hand, called this man a shell of himself, but you was the shell of yourself. And you're talking about fighting him again? Nobody wants to see that. Please spare us, man. Yo, spare us, man. You know, we don't want to hear no more excuses when you get beat up again. Because you know that's what's going to happen at the higher weight class. You're going to get beat up again. And I don't know if you could take another one of those, bro. To be honest with you. I don't know if you could take another one of those. Because the one you took, and Terrence kind of let off on you, man. I know I'm seeing people reporting on that, speak on that. Terrence definitely did take his foot off the gas because he felt sorry for you. He's a good-hearted dude at the end of the day. You know, a lot of people talk bad about him and talk down on him. Yeah, he could have really slaughtered you. He could have really, really slaughtered you and hurt you. But he's a good-hearted dude. Because after the second round, you was done, my guy. When you got up, your legs was out of it. You know, and shout out to the ones that's reporting on it. He carried you for a couple more rounds. The seventh round, when he dropped you twice, I think, the next round he came out and played around with you. He was like you know, in the African safari tundra, when the alphas they take the cubs out to hunt, and they let the cubs play with the food. That's what he did. He played with you. He played with you the eighth round because he could have took you out. You was a wounded gazelle. You know, you wasn't a fish. You was a gazelle. You was a wildebeest. You was a wounded wildebeest, ready to be slaughtered. He was ready to be slaughtered. But you know what Bud did? Bud played with you, right? He played with you because he was being kind-hearted. He wanted to see if your corner, your guy, Derek, was going to save you, which he did. You know, which he did. But shout out to Harvey Dock, who did a great job of stopping that fight. Because Derek, I know the interviews out there with Fight Hub and Fight Hype TV said that he had the doctor next to him and all that. No, what are you waiting for the doctor to make the call? You make the call. You know you're a fighter, right? Earl Spence is your fighter, right? You know you're a fighter, right? Why didn't you make the call? You know why you didn't make the call? Because you're selfish. And you put it out there already. You wanted him to get knocked out. You wanted him to get damaged. You know, you wanted him to get seriously hurt. You know, we like somebody said, I seen somebody do a video on this, right? When Earl Spence went and got medical treatment, you was already planning your next move to go to London, get the train with Anthony Joshua. While this man was getting transported to the hospital, you didn't care no more. Shout out to Al Money First in the building. He said, Shanewz, what's up, bro? I put the Spence pack out. I'm on the road today. Oh, man. Yeah, be safe out there, man. Be safe, Al Money. Shout out to Al Money. But yeah, so now the excuses, right? Everybody like, listen, you know it is too. I'm gonna tell you something. I say this respectfully. There's a lot of wicked people in the world, right? And all you wicked individuals, y'all knew this man wasn't right. You can't come on here now and pry that out, man. Listen, when that whole ordeal happened and he got thrusted out the car, to be honest with you, his career was over. But we live in a society in the world today where people will do things, right? It's a wicked world where they will do things, right? Because you heard the man in interviews, whether it was XO on the Rocks or the other one, where when he said he fought Danny Garcia, right? And his trainer is on record saying that the man wasn't 100, he wasn't 100%, but he was afforded the Danny Garcia fight in Texas, right? You know why? Because they pulled some string, they went around, but he should have never fought Danny Garcia. But he fought Danny Garcia, and the story started there. You know, get the right people to run with narratives. The story started there. Oh, he's back. This, that, and the third. He was never back. He was never back, right? He was always out. You know, like he was always never him again, man. Whenever you are thrusted out of a high end fast sports car at the rate that he was thrusted out, right? Because he was thrusted out of that car, smashing on the concrete, right? All new set of teeth in his mouth, right? Everything about dude is put together now. He was like, and I say this respectfully, man. You know, even though he went on social media, probably wasn't him. Probably was somebody that had his account. They tweeted out all that stuff. No broken bones, I'm a savage. Like, there was no way. But then when you seen the picture come out, and his face was kind of looking like how it looked at the fight. Disfigured, beat up bad, right? All of these things now want to come out, right? Oh, man, he sustained head trauma in the car crash. Yeah, we know that. We know that. We knew that. But you guys wanted not to act like it didn't happen. You know, he beat up Danny Garcia. You know, he beat up Ugas. He was the eye collector. He was this Terminator. He was the Bionic Man. Meanwhile, the man was broken, man. The man was broken up. But see, y'all just knew that y'all was gonna eventually get the belt away from Crawford, and it was gonna land on that side. And you could have did the same thing that you did with Ugas and Danny Garcia, but that never played out. That never played out. And he eventually had to fight Shanewz Crawford. You tried everything and anything in your power to get that fight, right? To get the belt away from Bud and get it over there, so you would have been able to do that, but that didn't happen. And when that did not happen, you were forced to have to deal with Terrence. You was forced to have to fight a fighter that was not going to take the Danny Garcia route. He was not going to take the Dennis Ugas route. He was going to make Earl Spence fight. And we see him play out what played out. Earl Spence cannot really fight like that no more. So don't make the excuses for him now, because you knew this. The world-class furniture crew, world-class boxing gym, y'all knew this. A lot of these guys that are sparring with Earl Spence, you know, they knew this, you know? So when the excuses are coming out now, a lot of you content creators, y'all knew this, right? But you wanted to go along with the charades. So now you gotta play your cards, man. Play your cards out now. Play your cards out, man. You know, the man got smashed out, man. Oh, he wasn't himself. Yeah, you got content creators talking about he was drugged up. Yeah, the man been drugged up. What you mean? Yeah, the man been on drugs. The man been on drugs. Oh, he was drugged up. He wasn't himself. He was himself. He was himself. He just was in there with somebody that wasn't with the script. He was, Terrence Crawford Terrence Crawford got his own movie, The Omaha Monster. He has his own movie. He wasn't with the Earl Spence movie script, like Danny Garcia and Lieutenant Ugas. And they knew this, right? You know who else wasn't with? You know who else wasn't with the Earl Spence movie script? Keith Thurman. That's why he didn't want to fight Keith Thurman. Because if he would have fought Keith Thurman, what Bud Crawford did to him, Keith Thurman would have did to him. You know why he wanted to fight Canelo Alvarez? Because he knew he only had one fight left. He's on record to saying this. I'm on borrowed time. He knew he only really had one fight left because everybody's not with the Earl Spence script. He knew the first fighter that I fight that's not with the Earl Spence script, it's over for me. It's over for me. And Terrence Crawford was not with it. And they was trying desperately to get that belt away from him. So they could have finished out the Earl Spence script and had him become undisputed after the horrific car crash and all the ordeal that he'd been through. But it didn't play out that way. It didn't play out that way. And they knew, and he knew. That's why he didn't want to fight Keith Thurman. Because he knew he couldn't beat Keith Thurman. He can't beat Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, listen, Keith Thurman would have beat him, and then Keith Thurman would have got the Crawford fight. Which you see Keith Thurman put his little short out or whatever that was on his IG story yesterday. You know? So that's what Keith Thurman wanted. But Earl Spence refused to fight because he knew, like, yo, I only got one fight left to get exposed. The jig is out, man. He really wanted the Canelo fight, man. Because Canelo would have broke him up worse than Bud broke him up. But he probably would have got more money. But that's all it was about. And he's on record stating that. Pay attention to the press conference last week. Brian Custer tried to, put some of the lines from the movie in the what's the name? I remember when you was an amateur, this was all you talked about, becoming undisputed. What the Earl Spence blurred out. I was talking about the money. I don't know what you talking about, Brian. I was talking about the money. See, it's all about the money now because bro knows he's done. He's done, man. And it's sad. He been done since that car crash, man. Since that car crash. So no, we do not want to see you fight him at 154. Because it's just going to be the same thing. And have any reports come out about how much money they made at the gate? We're so big on reporting on stuff that's not important right now. How big was the gate? I know it's going to take a while for the pay-per-view sales to come out. But what was the gate? Because remember the goddamn Javante Davis fight, right? Ryan Garcia fight. They told us the gate off the bat, off the rip. They already knew that they had sold damn near 500,000 pay-per-view orders and all this. We're not hearing nothing. Like, what was this gate? What did Bud Crawford and Earl Spence make at the gate? Because depending on that, right, and depending on what the pay-per-view did, if it did significant, what's name? The rematch should happen. They don't care if they send this man out there to get slaughtered again. The rematch should happen. That's the only reason I'm answering that. Because money is the root of all evil. Money is the root of all evil. But top of the Tuesday morning to y'all, man. I told y'all I was gonna come on here and unpack a little bit. This is the Source Experience, Showtime Shanewz, aka Mr. Kill Two Birds with One Stone. See, that's what I'm doing right now, killing two birds with one stone. Yo, definitely check out I dropped a little content Not a long video. Your boy, Maul Charlo. Yeah, this guy always be trending and for all the wrong reasons. And see the BBC, we gotta start holding them accountable too, right? Because they allow this, right? Showtime, BBC, Paramount. You guys allow this. This guy is under contract with y'all doing these things, right? So there's a video right now of him attending the fight with his entourage, his group. I think it was his father was with him, his wife. And I said it's in the video, right? These dudes be like so full of their self, right? So he's trying to go down to, I guess, his seat, but he's trying to cut through the barricades where the perimeters where they have set up. So an elderly lady, usher that works with T-Mobile, you know, these people don't know you. Like she's doing her job, right? She's doing her job, right? She doesn't know that you're a premier boxing fighter. A lot of people don't know. You're not like, listen, these dudes be so thinking like they really that, right? Like she don't know you. You're not the president. You're not like some big worldly figure. So she's doing her job. And this dude brushed by her, like damn near pushed her. So I see Carlos Adame is on record. He wants to bust your head, man. I don't blame him, man. But yeah, you should have learned from getting smacked by Caleb Plant, man. And I'm pretty sure that woman, that elderly woman, she was an elderly lady. I'm pretty sure if she got sons, they want to do something to you, bro. But I know if that was, listen, real talk, man. I know if that lady was related to me, that was my mother. God bless the ancestor. My grandmother, my auntie. Man, listen, it'd be some shit going down, bro. It'd be some shit going down, for real. Like, you dudes is beside yourself, man. You dudes is really beside yourself. This job you're doing, man. And then you wonder why you got your face smacked off, man. That's the universe. That's karma, man. Why didn't you have that same aggression for Caleb Plant? How you have for that elderly lady trying to go to your section? Man, you can't make this stuff up, man. And then like I'm gonna tell you something about this whole blogging, right? When somebody like me comes on here and I get on his helmet about that, y'all want to get mad. Y'all get mad. Y'all get in your feelings. Like, nah, see, more people need to call out Trump sucker shit. You know? It is what it is. I got these 2 tickets I gotta knock out, man. Before I even go to where I gotta go to. Now I'm coming over here, right? And preparation, right? I'm looking, I'm prepping the job. I'm seeing, I'm like, man, that called me all the way over here. Number 208. 208. I don't really see nothing over here. Like they called me all the way over here. See, I'm doing a special job for the privilege. See, when people are privileged, that's what they do. Now, when I roll past it, I'm gonna double back around and take care of it. But it's like they could have, to be honest with you, they could have came out here and swept this up with their broom. Real talk. They could have swept this up with their broom. But it is what it is. But yes, content creators, man, back to the topic, man. Stop making excuses, man. Because had Terrence Crawford went with the script, right? Same content creators that are making excuses would have been on here running with the next narrative that Conan the Barbarian, Earl Spence, is the greatest of all time. But by him getting humbled, because that's what he did. He got humbled. I said it yesterday. I called it the yesterday I called it the massacre. He got massacred, right? So now with him being beat up and pretty much like yeah, he got destroyed. He got destroyed. Now he's not himself. He was never himself, man. But we gotta hold him to what he said, man. We gotta hold him to what he said. We gotta hold him in that fire. We gotta hold him, what I would say, in that sword. What my guy WCS was saying, that hot grease. Because the press conference in LA, Bud ain't fought nobody. You ain't fought nobody. And like Bud said, no, he just makes him look like nobody. So now you just look like the next nobody, right? So we gotta hold you to that, man. He was himself, right? Because this man knew, if he knew he wasn't himself, he shouldn't have been talking like that. He shouldn't have been saying he's gonna smoke this Bud pack, this Crawford boy. He shouldn't have been talking like that, man. If he knew he wasn't right, he shouldn't have been talking like that, man. If he knew it was gonna be a one-sided ass whooping that he was gonna receive, he shouldn't have been talking like that. So now that he was talking like that and he received what he received, don't make excuses for him. Do exactly what he did. He didn't make no excuses when he was up there all beat up, couple teeth missing. He said he was the better man. I was off. I was slow. You know, that's what he was. That's exactly what he was. He was slow, you know. But coming into it, all of the officials seen that, man. He got bust upside his head by his trainer. It's heavy bag work. He was stiff, robotic, slow. But you guys were making excuses then. He's always been flat-footed. Yeah, he has. But he was never robotic. He was never robotic. He was never Frankenstein stiff. You know? But you guys, that's what you guys do. You make excuses. You know, you love narratives. So now you got to go with the narrative. Moby Dick got slayed. Moby Dick got beat up. Don't come on here and say, oh, he has head trauma and all that. He been had head trauma, man. He's a fighter. He's a fighter. He been had head trauma. He wasn't the same Spence. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. But he should have told us that. They should have said that. But no, he was going to dog walk terms. He was going to come out stepping. He came out stepping. He was stepping in the name of love. He wanted Terrence to know, man, I made the fight, man. You're going to get this money. And we're going to make bank. Because he knew he was about to get his ass whooped, man. He knew he cashed the check. He knew he talked big shit leading up to the fight. At the 2 press conferences, the interviews he was doing, he knew he was extra spicy and disrespectful. Terrence never fought nobody. The guys that he beat, that they both beat together, they were a shell of themselves. See, all of that played out, man, because the person that was the shell of himself was Earl Spence. And now you got content creators. And no. He was him. He was Himothy. Remember? That's what he said on Man Out Worth the Game. He's Himothy. That's who he was. Himothy. So that's who he had to be. Himothy. We can't not act like he's not Himothy. He's the conqueror. You know? He was the eye collector. That's who he was, man. So stop it, because right now, while you guys saying this, right, and listen, at the end of the day, you guys are speaking on this. You're not taking from Terrence Crawford right now. You're not. You know who you're taking from? Earl Spence. Real talk. And if you ever did support him, right? If you ever did support him and was big supporters of Earl Spence, right now you're killing his legacy. You know why you're killing his legacy? Because when he did all of these things to these other fighters, after the accident, Ugas especially, there was none of that, man. So don't have none of this now. You know, there was none of that. All of you content creators, when he did what he did to Danny Garcia and all these other guys, there was none of that. There was no, oh, he wasn't himself, this, that. No. So don't do it now, because right now, and I say this respectfully, by you doing this, carrying on like this, that he wasn't right, he wasn't this, it just makes him look, and I say this respectfully, everything that Derrick James tried to put on Terrence Crawford. Was Earl Spence the made up fighter? Was he the made up champion? Was he the guy that really wasn't put together, like Derrick James was saying? But that's what I see. When I see these excuses, and I hear these excuses coming from the YTC and content creators and on Twitter, it makes me just think like, damn, was Errol Spence ever really that good? Was he really ever this guy? I don't want to look at him like that. I just want to look at him as a guy that signed a check and got his ass whooped. He got a humble ass whooped, you know. He talked about Terrence Crawford, a guy that is decorated, that like I said, Earl, just take your leg, because you are the latest nobody that Terrence Crawford has beat. But if you think about it, he, like Terrence Crawford said, he just makes everybody look like nobody. You are just the latest victim. But one thing about you that you can hold your head high on, you had 3 belts. You was a 3-belt victim, you know? A lot of other victims had 2 belts or maybe 1 belt, or they was Olympic gold medalists, undefeated fighters. At least with you, you had 3 belts. You was a 3-belt holder. Pause. Shout out to Big Ron in the building. I see you, my guy. Let me get to some of y'all comments, man. See, I'm you know me and Mr. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So I got my phone position. I really wasn't looking at it. I was just doing my daily diary. But Ron says, top of the morning shot, new sources for AK Showtime shop. Yes, AKA, we're going with the Beetlejuice boxing gems, man. I've been dropping some boxing gems, man. These guys now don't want to call me that, but I like that. I like that. Refer to me as Beetlejuice boxing gems, man. Because I witnessed and I seen Bomac say something that I said, right? 2-time undisputed trainer, Bomac. I also seen Keith Thurman, a unified champion, say something that I said in regards to Spence. So I'm feeling the Beetlejuice boxing gems, you know, because I drop gems over here. You know, casual boxing, you're liable to hear a fighter or a coach repeat something that I said. But top of the morning to you as well. Ron said the sheep are saying Spence had brain damage now. Yeah, you know. But listen, those of us that have been reporting on this, we told y'all that this was coming. We told y'all that this was coming. Look, even Terrence knew it, right? Terrence knew it as well. Look, I'm gonna play something, right? Terrence knew this as well. Let me play this, right? Terrence is a prophet, man. See, honorable brothers are prophets. They can see into the future. Terrence knew this. Watch what Terrence says. Terrence knew this as well. Knew this as well. Look. So you know the source is a real journalist, UGK, right? UGK it is, man. I'm telling you, I'm a real journalist, man. You know, it's just sometimes I don't have a lot of time to be the UGK anymore. But when I want to get in my UGK bag, I have it, right? Look, Terrence knew this too.
We go neutral. We can go there. Vegas or New York. And then when I stop, they'll say he's too small. Hey, so when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. On my mic. And he stayed at 147. He would not stop. He would not stop. Okay. Crazy.
Source, smash my like button. The four of y'all are in here. Did y'all catch that Sauce? Remember that was the initial meetup about 4 to 5 years ago. Terrence, Prophet, Crawford, from the tribe of Noah, the tribe of Moses, the tribe of the righteous. Did you hear what he told them to his face? When I stop you, they're going to say you was weak. They're already saying that. When I stopped you, they're going to say that you stayed at 147 too long. God damn it, the prophet called it 5 years ago. Let me let y'all watch that one more time. The prophet called that 5 years ago. You are rocking out with Sauce, Shy Sauce, a.k.a. Showtime Shanewz Media, Beetlejuice Boxing Gems. Here is another gem for y'all. The prophet, Moses, Noah, Jacob, from that tribe, Bud Crawford, called it.
We go neutral. We go neutral. We can go there. Vegas a New Year. And then when I stop him, they'll say he's too small. Hey, so when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. Oh my mic. He stayed at 147. He would not stop. He would not stop. Okay. Crazy.
The Bud Crawford call it or what, man? But now they adding the brain damage. Yeah, because look, this was prior to the car wreck. But Bud knew he was going to beat the brakes off him. Earl Spence knew it as well. He also told him he was going to make him do the stinky leg. I have that video too, but I don't feel like playing that one. But it's out there. He also told him he was going to make him do the stinky leg, which he did. So the excuses now, all this got to be in the movie, man. Because like I said, they're going to do a movie on Earl Spence, man. But it's not going to be the script that they wanted to be, him capturing Undisputed after the car wreck and all that. No, the movie is still a phenomenal movie, man. The man captured 3 belts. One of them he captured after the horrific car crash. It's still a great movie. But then when he went up against the tribe of Judah, when he went up against Jericho, the breaker of walls, Bud Crawford, he got beat up. But Bud Crawford always told him he was going to beat up, man. Always told him. Spence was just Spence was just a brute. Crawford was the truth. Facts, man. Facts, Ron. Facts. Spence was and I say this with the utmost respect, he was a protected commodity. Man. But the jig is up, man. The jig was up, man. They tried, man. Al Heyman, remember they was talking all that about Bud, the Bud Protection Committee. No, it was the Spence Protection Committee. They tried everything in their power to get that belt, man. Because had they got the belt, the movie would have played out, man. He would have became an undisputed champion after going through all these horrific ordeals, and then he would have rode off into the sunset. But unfortunately, it didn't happen that way, man. Because Terrence Crawford had his own movie. Terrence Crawford had his own vision. Terrence Crawford had his own mission from God, Remember, Terrence Crawford stated all of these things, man. When he said, I envisioned this over and over. And he did, and that's why I played out. He beat the brakes off of Earl, man. He beat the brakes off of that nigga, man. He beat that nigga. Yo, listen, and look, play this back over and over. I'm giving y'all free gems, man. The press conference, he said, I'm going to get out of line. He said, I'm going to have to do you like one of my kids. He did him like one of his kids. He beat the brakes off of that man. That was, listen, he took his belt off and whooped him. And this is all in the movie. This got to be in the Earl Spence movie. All this has to be in the movie. But they didn't want this to be in the movie. What was supposed to be in the movie was him surviving a horrific car crash, coming back, defeating Danny Garcia, right? Defeating Ugas, right? Sean Porter was supposed to defeat Terrence Crawford, but Sean Porter went out there and got stopped. Put up a valiant effort, but he got stopped. And remember when Sean Porter got stopped? What was Earl Spence's reaction? He was disgusted, right? Because he knew that the script to the movie had changed. He knew that the script to the movie had changed because Sean Porter failed the mission. The mission failed. He did not capture that belt. Had he captured that belt, Earl Spence's movie would have been complete because Earl Spence and Sean Porter both being Al Heyman fighters, the deal would have been done behind closed doors, and Earl Spence would have defeated Sean Porter once again, thus becoming undisputed, thus coming back from a horrific car crash and conquering the world. But it did not happen that way. But like I said, you still have a wonderful movie. You still have a wonderful story. But your story is also going to include Terrence Crawford. And you are going to be in Terrence Crawford's story. The Omaha Monster. The Omaha guy that was blackballed. That didn't have a lot of friends in the industry. That they didn't want to see him win. That was top-ranked Toby. That wanted to fight all of you guys. But you guys always told him he was on the other side of the street. He always wanted to prove that he was the best, that he was better than you guys. But you guys didn't want to play with him. You guys used that he was with Top Rank as an excuse. But you know what? Not only did he take down the head honchos over there, he took y'all down with ease. The guy that fought nobodies. He made you guys look like nobodies. And I did the video on that, and the people are receiving it. Because you know why? The video is the truth. Like the name Spence, the truth, the video is the truth. Here is this guy that fought nobody. And the PBC fighters are the best fighters. They fight the best fighters. But yet the two PBC fighters that he fought, he destroyed. Especially the greatest PBC fighter. You see, I'm giving you your props, Earl. I am not watering you down. You are the greatest PBC welterweight, and he destroyed you. Now, if I wanted to be petty, I would say the things that you said about him, that you were fluff. You really wasn't shit. That's why he did that to you. But I say you was the greatest PBC fighter, welterweight. You had all of the belts. You were the boogeyman. You were the eye collector. But yet he destroyed you. These are facts. He destroyed them, right? For the 5 of y'all that's in here, especially if it's any of y'all in here that are Earl Spence fans. Wasn't Earl Spence the greatest? Wasn't he the conqueror? Wasn't he the best PBC welterweight? He was, right? He was, right? You love to say I'm disrespectful of him. I just said the man was the best, that he was the greatest. But Terrence whooped his ass. Terrence whooped his ass. So by Terrence whooping his ass, what does that say about Terrence? What does that say about Terrence? Huh? What does that say about Terrence? You can type. Feel free to type. What does that say about Terrence? If Terrence whooped his ass and Earl was the greatest, Earl was the big bad wolf. He huffed and puffed and blows houses down. What does that say? Al Money, no smoking or driving. No, well, yo, Al Money, you allowed to smoke on the job? You got to be an owner-operator. If you're an owner-operator, you can do whatever you want to do. But if you work for a company and you're smoking, be careful, brother. Be careful. But he said he's smoking a Spence pan. I don't think there's no more of that, man. They fried that fish, man. You know, Spence smoked on something going into that ring. That's what they saying, right? They saying that Crawford had loaded gloves. They saying all kind of dumb shit. Yeah, that's a I noticed that too, man. When a PBC fighter gets the shit beat out of them, respectfully, why does the opposition always have to have loaded gloves? And why, too, do you guys? And now I got to give y'all some gems, right? Let me show y'all something, right? Hold on. I think I still got the video in here. I don't think I erased it. If I erase it, I'll just upload it again. Yeah, I might have erased it. So let me upload it again.
We go neutral. We can go there. Vegas for New Year. And then when I stop, they'll say two.
Yeah, your myth. I'm gonna debunk your myth real quick, man. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna give y'all some gems real quick, man. Because y'all said that Terrence Crawford's gloves was loaded. So now, me being who I am, a content creator, but I also am a team member who, does do some stuff, right? So you guys wanted to say that Terrence Crawford's gloves were loaded, right? That he went out there with loaded gloves, right? Now, what I'm about to show you is from a sanctioned fight. Now, this fight wasn't as big as the Crawford Spence fight, but it was a televised ESPN fight card. It was a sanctioned fight. So with that being said, right, when you have a sanctioned fight, cameras, you have the commission in the back. You also have a member of the other team in the back. When the hands are being wrapped, when the gloves are being taken out of the what's the name and put on. I am going to show you some of this. So to defunk, not debunk, defunk all of the dumbness that you are getting programmed to believe that Terrence had. So if this happened, right, that Terrence went out there and fought with loaded gloves, a member of Team Spence's team needs to be fired. The Nevada Athletic State Commission needs to be fired and sued because the commission is in the back when this goes on, when gloves are being placed on, when hands are being wrapped. And I'm going to show y'all that. It's taking a little while to load, I guess because of the area that I'm in, but I am going to show you this. See, this is Beetlejuice Boxing IQs, aka Shanewz. We are not your typical bloggers. We are more than what the eye holds. So let me just show this to you, because I'm tired of you guys listening to guys that don't really do shit in boxing other than come on YouTube and spread rumors, talk gibberish, make shit up. Like, no, show me your work. So what I'm about to do is show you some work, right? So in order for this to have took place, right? In order for this to have taken place, for Earl Spence to have been beating with loaded gloves, because that's what you guys are reporting. Somebody dropped the ball. Look, Exhibit Source A.
We have blue officers and there's like 8 different. So if you want, go ahead and watch the Lamar rap. Have you signed off on him before? Okay. Awesome. So, I just wanted to make sure I check off all yeah, just watch Lamar. I'll let him.
How did it work down here? I said, how did it work down here? Oh, never too old to learn, right?
I had to get him coffee. I haven't had that yet. So this is DeAndre. He's at fight 4. I agree that he has to stick around here at 6 o'clock. So it is almost at dawn. So this is fight 3 and fight 4. So yeah.
That was shout out to the legend, Stitch, Jacob Durant, Mr. Jacob, Queen movie star. But did you notice him taping Jihad's gloves, right? Did you hear all of the commotion? Well, in the background, that was a member of the commission observing. You also had a member of the opponent's team, Nicholas Flays' team, in there observing all of this take place. I did not put the camera on the team Flays member because they are not my team. I clearly was highlighting my team, which was Jihad, the fighter, his father, the trainer, Coach Terry, our cut man, Stitch Durant. But you hear the commission in the back talking. So if this happened to Earl Spence, which I do not believe happened, right? A lot of people had to be involved with this. So when you hear these idiots, and I say this respectfully, because that's what these guys are. These guys are internet idiots that never really done anything other than sit in on a computer, on an iPad, on a telephone, and discuss boxing, politics, business, all type of stuff, but they've never been involved in anything remotely close to the sport of boxing other than YouTube rhetoric. State that a man went in there with loaded gloves. I just showed you not even a fight of the magnitude we just witnessed and the commission and all that being back there. So you mean to tell me a big-time pay-per-view fight card, Showtime pay-per-view fight card, there was no team member of Team Spence present while Terrence Crawford's gloves were taken out of the bag, the sealed bag, because prior to, see, look, let me give y'all some more gems, man. Because, see, a lot of you guys don't know shit about boxing. But, yeah, you tell somebody that they're a casual, they're this, that, and the third. Beetlejuice boxing gems. So, before the fight, you go to the actual commission. They have gloves. You have, you can choose your glove. There's 2 sets of gloves, right? You have your primary gloves, right? That you're going to fight in. Then you have your secondary, your backup gloves, right? Now, when you choose your primary gloves, right, you test them out, you put them on. You say, I'm going to use these ones. Bomb. They wrap them up. They place them in a bag. They tag them. That bag is not to be opened until the night of the fight when the commission is present and you're taking them out after your hands are wrapped and you're putting them on. All this is watch. So that's another gem I just gave you. So a fight of this magnitude, maybe they didn't do all that. This is normal protocol. But I seriously doubt that they did not do that. So when I hear these speculations of a man fighting with loaded gloves, it's like, come on. That's another reason why I took a break. I could not come on last night because I was just I wasn't even disgusted. I was just like, yo, you guys got Earl Spence just looking. He already looked at weird and just goofy. But with some of the shit that you guys are putting out there, man, it's just like, man, y'all are tarnishing this man's image now. Y'all are tarnishing his legacy. You know, so I didn't even want to indulge in YouTube boxing conversations last night. But today I did. And today I'm dropping some sauce for y'all, man. And hopefully y'all are collecting it and enjoying it. You know, hopefully y'all are collecting it and enjoying it. Shout out to WCS. Wagwan to my man in the UK. Wagwan Lion. God bless you and the family, my yard man, brother. As always, love from yes. Respect. Respect, man. Speaking of WCS, let's take a quick commercial break and highlight the frontliners, you know. Like I told my homegirl yesterday to post this picture, right? I said, I'm a photographer. I have the eye. You know, I have the eye. I am a photographer. Yeah, from the rafters to the floor, man. Yeah, you going up to the floor, man. Yeah, you going up to the rafters or what, man?
Nah, I'm down here all night, Sean.
Oh, okay. It's like,
what about yourself, man?
Yeah, we down here. You see, we down here. I prayed for him too. Listen, I let it go with them a long time ago. But you see, I do come on here and throw them in the source. But that's all I do is pray for them. That's how I support him now. I support him from a distance. I pray for him. That's how I knew he was going to get that humbling ass whooping, because it was revealed to me. It was revealed to me. Many years ago, it was revealed to me. It was revealed to me that he was going to get that humbling ass whooping. And that's what he got. A humbling ass whooping Saturday night. And his face showed it. His body language showed it. Everything showed it. But I'm on record and saying, yo, ride off in the sunset now, man. You don't need to fight no more. And it's like I stated in my community post. You got a nice purse for that fight. Take that. And do other things, man. Be the promoter now. Promote Frank Martin. I think you signed another young fighter down there in Dallas. Move him like a fragile Amazon package, like y'all do, and build him up. And do that, man. Do that, because you don't need to keep getting your brains beat in, man. Because, and I say this respectfully, yo, Terrence took something from you that you're never going to get back, brother. You are never going to get back. When I replay that fight and I watch it over and I see some of those hooks that you was eating, I'm pretty sure right now you got a little swelling on the brain. You took some punishment. And I want to applaud Terrence for being a stand-up righteous dude, because he kind of eased up off of you, man. He eased up off of you, man. And I want to applaud Harvey Dock for stopping the fight. And I also want to say to you, Derek James, you are a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit. And I've been saying this, and I'm going to continue to say this, because you watched that man. That is your fighter that you've been with from day one. You know your fighter. A trainer's job is to protect his fighter. I do not feel you protected Earl Spence, because you allowed him, you know? And I'm hearing all you content creators who are dumb, ignorant idiots, right? Of course, Earl's going to go out there and want to die. He's a fighter. But a trainer's job is to protect his fighter from himself, which Derek James did none of the such. None of the such. And if anybody would like to speak down on me for saying this, fuck you. Straight up and down. Fuck you. That's how I know you guys will never be nowhere close to the game. Because I'll tell you what, I'm Team Tucker. If Jihad Tucker was out there fighting, and WCS can tell you this, right? I am a Team Tucker member, right? That is a photographer. I shoot ringside, right? For Jihad. When Jihad is fighting, and I get so emotionally involved that the fighter tosser, they was about to kick me out, because I couldn't stop yelling and screaming when I felt like I was seeing Jihad do things wrong and I didn't want him to get hurt. So just imagine if I was there and that was Jihad sustaining the damages that Earl was taking. I would have been like, yo, stop this fight, man. Stop this fight. Yes, my bad. I'm back, y'all. When you're broadcasting on the phone and you get a phone call, it kind of fucks the frequency up. But like I said, had that been jihad taking that type of punishment and damage, right? Because listen, let me say this to y'all, man. For those of y'all that was watching that fight, going into the 9th round, how Earl Spence was looking and the punishment that he was taking, right? He needed a knockout. He was going to need a knockout to win that fight. At any point in that fight, did it look like he was even going to come close to hurting Terrence Crawford, let alone getting a knockout? Now, I know some of y'all are going to say it's boxing, and you're welcome. Anything can happen, right? That's correct. You are 100% right. Anything can happen. One punch. But Earl Spence was so, like, he was not, listen, Terrence Crawford was just dialed in. Terrence Crawford took it down a notch. See, that's when they should have stopped the fight. When they seen Terrence take it down, right? They should have had the courtesy to stop it, because Terrence kind of took his foot off of the gas a little bit, right? He took his foot off the gas, man. Let's call a spade, man. Because the 8th round, after he dropped him twice in the 7th. Dropped him twice, bad. The 8th round, he came out and he kind of had mercy on him. Man. And I know why he had mercy on him. I'm gonna tell you why, right? And you guys that are close to Bud, ask him this. That was the warrior code, from one warrior to another warrior, because Bud knew that Earl was done. He was damaged good, and Bud knew that man had to return home to his family. He had to return home to his family. Know what I mean? And I seen that, and I felt that at the post-fight press conference when Bud gave him his belt back, and embraced him. Because Bud knew, looking at him, that Earl Spence wasn't going to be the same. When he looked at him and he embraced him and hugged him and gave him his belts back, he knew that Earl Spence wasn't going to be the same. That ass whooping that Bud Crawford put on him is going to have a lingering effect on Earl Spence. Man. Real talk, man. Now, some of y'all might get this, and a lot of y'all not. Oh, that's good. I made that banging. I just came in here and made me a nice fork. How are you doing this morning? Let me put my numbers in. Here we go. That's it, yeah.
Next, please.
They got me over here on the north side, man. When I'm on the north side, I'll be fasting, man. Ain't no good no good spots over here, man. I just wanted 7-Eleven got me a coffee. But yes, I'm about to wrap this up, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this source. Earl Spence, man. I know your team, your family, and them are listening. Right off in the sunset, brother. You know, enjoy your family, enjoy your kids, enjoy your health. You know, enjoy your health, man. You know, health is wealth. I know you got a lot going on. I'm getting all of the reports, but I don't need to report on you like that no more. The content I put out on you now, I put out at my leisure. You know why? Because I can do that. But as far as like all the other stuff that I be getting, you see, I've been eased up off of you. I've been not putting out the stuff, but the stuff that I do put out on you is just holding you accountable to the things that you have put in the universe. You know, now all the other stuff that you're doing, and just know that people are watching you, bro. Just know people are watching you. Just know that a lot of people that you got around you, they're not really with you. Because a lot of the shit that you think you're doing in the dark, they not only are putting it into the light, they're probably profiting off of it, to be honest with you. You know, to be honest with you, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only content creator that gets sent stuff. You know, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only content creator that information gets leaked to. You know, but it is what it is. But listen, man, y'all enjoy y'all Tuesday. Do something productive, man. I mean, do something productive, man. You know, and when I say do something productive, just not on the internet, man. Like, I don't know where you're at in the world, but get out and walk, you know? Sometimes a good walk, right, to the park or just walking the neighborhood, right, and breathing in the air, you know, it does things for you. It opens up your mind. See, a lot of y'all, most of y'all probably gonna sit on this internet or get consumed by internet shit, right? You're losing. You're losing, man. If you don't get out and walk, see, I do a lot of spiritual shit, right? That's simple, but it's real spiritual shit, like walking my dog, you know, going over to the field, right? Listen, real talk. I know this is going somewhere that I shouldn't need to go, but I need to go there, right? You know, you could go walk your dog if you got a dog or something, or even just sit out on your deck. I don't know your living situation, but just sit out somewhere on your deck, your backyard, right? And your ancestors will talk to you. Your ancestors will talk to you. If you just sit out in nature, you know what I'm saying? Nature, just go outside and walk and clear your mind. Your ancestors would talk to you, man. Your people. You see, that's why I do the things that I do, because I know, regardless, and if my man WCS is in here, right, I went against powerful people forever. And I always would tell them, right, I will always tell these powerful people, when they would tell me this, that, and the third, I will always stand tall on them, regardless. If I knew I was right, I'll be like, oh, all right, I'm still going to get there. You know why? Because I knew my ancestors was always with me. I know I got a higher power with me, right? And if you're doing anything against me or mine, and you're wicked or evil, yo, you're gonna lose, bro. You're gonna lose, because one thing about wickedness is dark. One thing about the light, when you thrive in darkness and chaos, you can't thrive in the light. Hopefully y'all caught that source. I'm gonna say that one more time. If you thrive in darkness and chaos, you can't move in the light. And me and my team, we do this in the light. Bright lights, baby. Bright lights, baby. Salute to my team. Salute to everybody that is building in the game. Salute to everybody that is going after their dreams in the game. And I'm going to close with this, man. You only got to hit once.
It only takes for you to win once. You could lose 10 years in a row and you hit that right jug. Bam! That shit changed the goddamn game. And guess what? They gonna bow down. So I don't care how rough it's been on you. All you gotta do is hit once. Pull off that one thing in the back of your mind. You pull that off, and guess what? They gonna, oh, you're a born winner. He did.
Is that, yo, hold on, man. I just seen this dude. Is that, yo, hold on, man. I just seen this dude, man. Is that, oh, shit, man. That's fucking Jihad Tucker, man. What's going on, man? Top rank all over. Man. That's right, J Prince Boxing, October 3rd. Man, you looking good on that, man. You looking real good on that top rank post, man. What's going on, man?
You already know, man. Pop out to the garden October 30th. You got a show, all right?
That's it, man. That's it. You know the vibes, man. School you. It's us, yeah.
My son